Good morning, everybody. This is just a little experiment because I very rarely go live on YouTube. I normally go live on Facebook or Instagram. So this is kind of an experiment. So we'll see how this goes. I'll just see if there's anybody even watching. But as you can see, I'm in my robe and I'm drinking you can just see it there, my lovely warm lemon water. And when I get up in the morning, this is my morning routine. So the first thing I do, oh, good morning. How are you, Leah? It's so nice to see you because I very rarely go live on YouTube, and I'm just playing with stuff and just sort of basically seeing how it works on YouTube, because I have a very, very different community on YouTube than I have on all my other social channels. Oh, goody, goody, we've got some other people here. Hey, so what I wanted to do, this is so exciting. Never done. I think this is the second time I've ever gone live on YouTube. I know, I never go live. So what I want to do, I'm going to make this short and sweet this morning because really it's just a test. And you can see it's morning. I'm literally standing in my kitchen, in my robe, with my lemon water. And I just wanted to tell you what I do every morning. It's kind of my morning routine. And it's a really easy little sort of meditation routine, because I think a lot of us get really caught up with meditation of like, oh my gosh, I've got to sit for hours and meditate, and it's going to be so difficult and so time consuming, and it really doesn't have to be. So I wanted to show you what I did. So the first thing I do when I get up is I brush my teeth, and then I have my lemon water, and this is really warm, like kind of, this has been off the boil probably for about 10 minutes. And then I put some lemon. If I have some ginger, some raw ginger root, I'll pop that in there as well. It's really good for digestion, for sort of firing up your digestion for the day. And then I sip on that. My cup does match my robe, actually. My robe is by a company called Bedhead, which I love. It's local to Los Angeles, and they do the cutest PJs ever. So whenever they have a sale on, I go along to Bedhead, and I get stuff for me and my daughter. So this was my latest buy from Bedhead. So. Hey, good morning. I haven't got my contacts in, so I can't really see your names. I can see Leah is on. I can see Tammy is on from Texas. Hi, Tammy. Okay, so this is what I'm going to show you what I do. So one of the first things I do, and this isn't a pinch, I actually often do TM meditation, transcendental meditation. I've been doing it for like 25, 30 years. And so if I have time, then I will do a full 20-minute session. And if I have a lot of time during the day, which I never do, I'm going to rephrase that. If I make the time to do 2 20-minute sessions, it is unbelievably awesome. I have the most incredible day. I really, really strongly believe if you ever get a chance to learn TM, Transcendental Meditation, do it. But we don't always have the time. I don't always have the time. Hey, from South Jersey. So what I'm going to show you that I do is I sit down after I've had my lemon water, and I just do some simple breathing. And we can all do this right here. I'm standing up now because if I was sitting down in my house, A, everybody's asleep. I don't want to wake people up. And B, it's kind of, the light isn't good right now because all the windows are closed. So I'm standing up here, but you could be sitting down, and I do simple breathing. And simple rhythmic breathing for yoga is really not, it's not rocket science. It's so easy. So you basically sort of relax your shoulders, relax your face, and you're going to breathe in, inhale for 3 slow beats, and then exhale for 3 slow beats. So I'm just going to demo right here. So it might be as simple as this. Let's all do it together. That's it. That's it. And you might hear that I was making a slightly exaggerated sound. I've been a yoga teacher for many years now, and that's called the Ujjayi breath. And the Ujjayi breath is characterized by this sound that we make when we breathe. And you slightly exaggerate the sound of the inhale and the exhale. It becomes the sort of background, the music, if you like, that you can listen to. And it shows you when your breath is even. And it really allows you to hear that inhale for 3 slow beats, exhale for 3 slow beats. And it's immediately relaxing. It immediately relaxes your parasympathetic nervous system. It's literally sort of scientific. And so if you're doing that, hey, from London, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're watching. So I'll start with some breathing, simple breathing. And you could do 3 minutes or 2 minutes of that beautiful, simple breath. Inhale for 3 slow beats, exhale for 3 slow beats. That simple. And if your breathing gets a little bit, you get used to that breathing, you could inhale for 5 beats and exhale for 5 beats. So play with it. But the only key is with breathing is that it needs to be even, meaning the inhale should be even with the exhale. So inhale for 3, exhale for 3, or inhale for 5, exhale for 5. You're immediately relaxed. Just practice that for 2 or 3 minutes and you're already meditating. Your breath, in yoga it's known as pranayama, is the gateway to meditation. It slows your mind down. It taps you into that sort of subconscious, or in many ways I like to often talk about kind of my higher self. So, when I'm operating from my lower self, that kind of reptilian brain, which is fear, and I've got to do it, and I've got to get up, and I've got to get on my phone, and I've got to start doing, and whatever. Then we're operating from that kind of reactive anxiety state. So the most important thing for me to do every single morning is to get out of that reactive, that kind of lower brain state, calm my nervous system down, and then connect to that part of me that unless I make a concerted attempt to do it, I do not make that connection. So if there's one thing that I encourage you all to do every single morning before you go on your device, before you get on your phone, make a conscious decision to connect to that part of you that is your higher self, your deeper self, your soul, your divinity, whatever you want to call it. We all have different names depending on, your belief system. But make that connection. We must. Also, it's interesting that some of the longest living populations in the world, also known as the blue zones, they all have some kind of practice where they make that sort of connection. And that connection connects me or makes me aware and conscious of my purpose in my life, And again, if I don't do it, you just go out in your day and you forget. One of the things that you might find really helpful, and I wanted to give you a little sort of trick here for some of you who find this a little difficult. Hey, Celia. Hey, Elise. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good afternoon. If you're from London, I know I'm just looking at myself and going, oh my gosh, literally woken up, look at my hair, a mess, right? It's like this side of my head is clearly the side that I've been sleeping on because it's like a kind of rat's nest there. And I haven't even got myself together. Everybody's asleep in the house. I'm going to go to the farmer's market in a minute and get all my beautiful veggies for the week. But I just wanted to hop on because I've been playing with different live, platforms. And as many of you know, I almost always go live on Facebook a lot. And sometimes on Instagram. But it's kind of new for me on YouTube. And I might be deleting this afterwards. I may be like, oh my God, what are you doing? Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Okay, so here's a little trick. I love cards. I love affirmation cards. And on my retreat that I just did recently, I did a wellness retreat and we did affirmation cards. And there's lots of really great ones. I'm going to be creating my own soon. These are by Chris Carr, who I absolutely love, a friend of mine. And another deck that I have here and I'll pop the links for these under. This is called the Moon Deck, and it's by a yoga teacher, a friend of mine called Arona Lee. And these are actually really, really beautiful, these ones. It comes in this box, and they're so gorgeous. Look at them. The illustration, oh, turn it this way. The illustrations on them are so, so beautiful. You can see there. And then her one, Arona's, it's called the Moon Deck, comes with a little guidebook, which is super duper cute, like that. And then you can look up the card that you've chosen, and then it'll give you like a lot of detail on that. I know Chris is amazing, amazing, amazing. I've known Chris for we both kind of started around the same time. So you do your breathing. Okay, this is just a real shortcut to everything that I believe that is so important in the morning. And here's one that I've just picked out from the Moon Deck. And it says, love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. And that's the card there, really beautiful. And then what you can do is I can go to my little guidebook and look up what that is. And then just meditate on it for a little bit, which basically means to think about it, to meditate on something isn't stopping your thoughts. It's to change your focus, whether it's you're focusing on your breath or you're focusing on a beautiful spiritual saying or an affirmation. And I think we get so caught up with meditation I've got to stop my thoughts. You do not need to stop. You'll never stop your thoughts. And actually trying to stop your thoughts is very stressful. And that's why a lot of people hate meditating when they first try it, because it's so stressful. So just give yourself a break. Let go of that. You're never going to stop your thoughts. Just change your focus. So change your focus on listening to your breath, like I just showed you, that beautiful rhythmic breathing. So simple, so easy. Pick up a spiritual book, read the page really slowly. Think about that for the day, or a card like I've showed you. So let's pick one of Chris's. Oh, this is a lovely one. So be gentle with yourself. There with two little deer. And then it says here, take your foot off the gas. Don't push yourself so hard. If you need to rest, this is beautiful for a Sunday. Take a break. The world won't fall apart. That's a good one for me. If you nap, that's a really good one for me because I find it really hard to nap in the day. Renew, dear one. You are a treasure. Be gentle with yourself. Isn't that beautiful? So that's it. You could just think about that for a little bit and you're done and done. And then finally, I'm going to go because everybody's about to wake up. My daughter's about to walk into the kitchen and go, Mum, what are you doing? Standing, talking to people on your computer. I always have a notebook. I love writing. So I have a notebook and a pen to hand. And at the end of my little session, oh my gosh, I'm getting all these wet because they're near the sink. At the end of my little meditation session, I write. And I just write. And the question that I ask myself, I have this little morning manifesto, but the question that I ask myself is, how can I be my highest self today? And I write that at the top of the page. And then I'll do stream of consciousness writing, flow writing. So I don't let myself edit it. It's just like I let whatever wants to come out. And I'll do it for anything from 2 to 5 minutes, often just 2 minutes, just write. And that's where you will find gold. You'll strike something will come up, you'll write something, and you'll be, oh my gosh, I never knew that's what my soul or the divine or God or whatever wanted me to hear today and wanted me to do. And it really aligns me always with how can I live my purpose and how can I be of service today. That's basically what it all boils down to this entire session. So that's it from me. I'm so glad there were people on today watching. I literally thought, because I never stream on YouTube, I thought there's going to be like one person. So thank you so much for joining me, depending on where you are. If you're in England, that's so meaningful to me because obviously it's the afternoon. And if you want me to do more lives on YouTube, just leave it in the comments, let me know. And I will come on regularly and do more lives. So that's it for me with my morning hair, my bed hair, my bed head. And look, I even got my little pajamas underneath. So you've seen my full bedroom attire. my tea kettle behind me, about to have a cup of tea. But first up, farmer's market. Here we go. Now I'm on a roll. I might even do a live from the farmer's market. All right. I love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.